Hello, hello, my lovely and wonderful. Whoops. Hello, my lovely and wonderful punks. I hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. I hope you're doing well. As you can see, we are not playing Mind Scanners anymore. I'll be posting a review on my stream on my Discord later, explaining kind of like some of the things that have mildly put me off about it, but basically between me accidentally flubbing the ending I want to get and finding the game to be a lot more shallow than I was expecting, I just decided we'd go ahead and swap over to something else. And that thing, it was a gift from Altered Aether, Mozelle's partner. The game Heaven's Vault, which is a linguistic game. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that a big part of the game is in a similar style to Return of the Obra Dinn. We're trying to match things, but in this case, rather than people's deaths, we're trying to figure out and learn a language so that we can understand messages and such. And yeah, that's all I know. The only other thing I know is that it opens with a poem of Gilgamesh, and I haven't pressed A to get off of that screen yet because I don't know if it throws me into the game or into the menu. So we are going to be starting with some fairly loud music, I'm afraid. Give it a moment and I'm sure we'll get to a menu screen fairly quick where we can turn it down. But yeah, let's go ahead and pop over, and also the game's minimized so it's not appearing on screen. That's also why you don't hear the loud blaring music yet. So between streams we got a follow, so thank you KazVT for the follow, and hello Sammy, you were first. Hello Mischief, thank you for the care package. Hello Specs, hope you're all doing well. I don't know if this game is better with mouse and keyboard or controller. It defaulted to press A, but then that might just be because my controller was plugged in, so we'll figure it out. Find the staircase more ancient than the mind can imagine. Find the cornerstone and under it the copper box that is marked with the name. Unlock it, open the lid, take out the tablet of lapis lazuli, read. Please take me to a menu so I can turn down the volume. Okay. See about here. Alright, we'll adjust that on the fly and try and figure it out. We will turn on subtitles. Alright. I do it. That's interesting that it also has a bubble here for start game. I do wish more games would start with the settings screen. Alright. Y'all ready? I have a notepad and pen here in case I need to write things down. Let's go. I'm wondering if the little writing on the screen is Heaven's Vault. That would be a nice little starting hint. Also, I'm guessing based on the show subtitles that the game's voice.
Stories don't have tidy beginnings. The past is always present.
Yeah, it is true.
But there has to be a spark. Something that brings the past to light.
Interesting. We've got, please climb carefully. We've got a 3D world, but like slow, walkie. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should be using a controller. Well, I didn't say anything. If you stumble, I will push you up. It isn't. Can't tell which person is talking. Bahar. Take a moment to rest before you walk, mistress, please. Okay, we are the robot. Or that was the robot. We leave little iterations of ourselves behind. Okay. Alright, stick, look around. Pause. Okay, now we're walking normal. A bricked up opening. Okay, back here is why. Bricked up opening. There is something here. Keep people out, do you think? Or to keep something in? There's something written here. Ancient script. This must have been cut in while the water was still wet. I think I can read it. Heaven's Vault. Okay. Hi, Thomas. Welcome in. I think that's maybe a little more explicitly Heaven's Vault. The University of Yox some weeks earlier. Not sure why that popped twice, but here we go. Okay. We're going to use a controller because I was a little confused by what I was supposed to be
My
clicking.
story begins on Iox.
Iox, okay.
That was where I met the robot.
Mistress Aliyah. Mistress Aliyah Elasra. I have been waiting for you. I have been asked to escort you to Professor Miari. She is very anxious for your arrival. Professor Miari wants me back in the Yox. And who are you? What? That's not what I said. Am I in trouble? I'm in trouble, aren't I? She did not say. But I imagine she is simply being welcoming. This way. I'm coming to see her anyway, you know? She is my supervisor. Naturally. How are things on Eox? Hold on. What's going on? She's not saying the things that I'm hitting. Is there something wrong with my controller? Is there something wrong with how the game is detecting things? Is this a lie? Do I not actually have the ability to say what I want? Well, I don't see any other way to adjust anything. Oh, I guess we're just going to figure it out. Iox does not change, mistress, or so I am assured. It is a single point where stability within the whirling nebula above. And do you have a name, robot? Is that intended to be a joke, mistress? No. Robots do not have names. They are, as I understand it, interchangeable. Where am I? Oh. Oh, okay, we've entered a cutscene. Okay. This way. You should know that Professor's urgency was remarkable. Maybe we should keep her waiting. Don't worry, making a habit of impatience. I cannot recommend that course, mistress. Look at her. It looks like a tiger in a cage. A mere curious analogy, mistress. You understand, I will be required to report it. Required to? Of course. Professor Miyari is my primary user, mistress. Nevertheless, I will try to sugarcoat your opinion. You do that for me? Of course. I have been tasked with your well-being. Shall we proceed? What do you think of the sculpture? It has a pleasing balance to it. That's not what I said! I hate it. I've dug the bedpans that are far more attractive. Yes, ma'am. Why is Miyari's room so far from everything? I imagine she enjoys her view of the trees, mistress. I'm sure it's most pleasing to her. I'm sure it's most pleasing to her. Hold on. Sorry, everyone. We're going to pause for a second. I don't know if this is part of the game that I don't say the things that I click, or if there's something wrong. I'm just going to like go to the community discussions. This is all questions about the game. Maybe it's under tech support or bug report. I'm gonna try tech support. That's not, at least not anything on the first thing. Nope, that's not. Yeah. Wrong reply. Not got me 0 hits. Heaven's Vault. Wrong reply. Heaven's Vault doesn't say what I click. Unfortunately, this is a language game, so I'm going to be hitting constant things that aren't the things I want. I don't know if Mozilla or Has are here right now, but if either of you are, I'd like to know, because I really I don't want to keep going with the game if something is broken. Hi, Mozelle. Okay, so I'm walking through here. I'm talking to the robot. Sometimes when I click XAB, I say the thing that is associated with XAB, and sometimes I say a random different thing. Is the game lying to me? Is that part of the game?
I'm gonna spook the skunk now.
Hi, Neo. Is that part of the game that sometimes I am forced to say dialogue, even though it's giving me a choice? Or is something broken? For example, there's a sculpture in the yard, and I was going to say that I'm indifferent about it, and the protagonist says that she hates it. This has happened like 4 or 5 of the times that a dialogue option has come up. That the option I clicked is not the option that I say. But it isn't every time. So I know it's not just explicitly a lie or that the key bindings are somehow wrong. It's just sometimes. I was going to play with mouse and keyboard, but it didn't pop up with like what buttons I was supposed to press, so I swapped over to my controller real fast. And understandably, perhaps, trying to find a question about the dialogue system in a language game. You remember her being opinionated, but you don't remember there being an issue with that? Okay. I would. It's just very confusing. If the game's not giving me an actual choice, then why would it give me a choice? Because she says a bunch of things that I don't get to select anyways. We'll play a little further for now. If it keeps happening, we might have to call stream early, and I might have to post in the forums and be like, is this intended gameplay? And the game is having a funny joke. You need to see it to know. Sorry, that's okay. We'll play a little further. It is just that when a dialogue option comes up, sometimes I will click X, A, or B, and I will get a different response than what I clicked. You can back up the stream. Ah, that's true. Okay, you go back up the stream. I will wait here for a few minutes. And we'll try to figure this out because I want you guys to get the best experience, and I know that Mozelle and Aether are both excited for this game. I don't want to give a bad experience just because I'm having like a controller glitch or some kind of other bug that needs to be addressed. So we'll just wait a moment. Beep boop bop. Minty Fresh Chew, thank you for the follow. As a follower, you're an official punk, which means you're an official badass. Melt the world in molten mac and cheese. Oh, that sounds delicious. Please, please give me the fiery macaroni and cheese. How you doing? Welcome in. Good to have you here. Um, I apologize. We are currently just going to be sitting on the pause screen while my friend backtracks the stream to try and figure out if I'm having a glitch or a bug. When I click dialogue options, I am sometimes just saying random other dialogue options, and I don't know if it's a glitch or if it is like part of the game that you don't actually have the option to choose what you say, which seems odd. You're making fettuccine alfredo and you didn't break the pasta? Excellent. That means Emmy won't have to kill you. Doing well? Awesome. Glad to hear it. Yeah, sorry again. Stream will get moving again once we can figure out what is going on with the glitch or the bug, whatever exactly is happening on. Don't think it's supposed to do that? Okay. Let's try closing the game, unplugging and replugging my computer, Or my computer. My controller. Maybe it didn't like that I started the game in mouse mode and then swapped over to a controller. Maybe this will be better. Also, Emmy's home. He obtained things from the corner store. Hi, Emmy. Welcome home. Hi. I am streaming, but I had to close the game because we are experiencing some sort of weird bug. When it's like X, A, or B to pick which dialogue you say, it picks a random one. So, do you have a good walk? Okay.
Oh, too, were you aware that Grammy?
It didn't. I did. I am aware that Grammy's your baby. It didn't seem like it gave you time to look at the options. Yeah, it also feels like it is going lightning fast. I can barely keep up with the dialogue. Maybe there's something in the menu that's like time to pick each option. I can pick a new game. We'll restart from the beginning. The story so far? Okay. Elia and her new robot have been summoned to Iox by the head of the university, Professor Miyari. Quite why she is to discover. Continue. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Alright, settings. We've got our volumes. Let's slow down text speed, perhaps. There's literally nothing about rebinding keys here, though.
Would be better to do it with mouse and keyboard.
I tried doing it with mouse and keyboard, and I couldn't do anything.
Maybe
It does have mouse and keyboard settings, but it just wasn't working.
Maybe because the controller was hooked up, so it was defaulting.
I don't know. I'm hoping that rebooting has helped it. We're going to... Yes, we are going to restart the game. We're going to see if that fixes it. It does look like the options slowly fade out, and maybe it's picking randomly for that reason. Oh, we've got a different starter. Highline Kesh, in all heaven and earth, you are the form-shaping place. Spreading fear like a great poisonous snake. Hymn 7, the Kesh Temple of Ninhursag in Hedwana. 2300 BC. That's not the Epic of Gilgamesh. That's a completely different thing. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
My story begins on Iox. That was where I met the robot.
Mistress Aaliyah? Mistress Aaliyah El-Asra? I have been waiting for you. Been asked to escort you to Professor Miari. He is very anxious for your arrival. And who are you? I am a robot, mistress, as is apparent. This way. Do you have a name, robot? Is that intended to be a joke, mistress? No? Robots do not have names. We are, as I understand, interchangeable. So why has she sent you? Did you do something wrong? That seems unlikely. My ethical core prevents me from serious error. Did she say what she wanted? Yes. She said she wanted you. This way. You should know that Professor's urgency was remarkable. Look at her. She looks like a tiger in a cage. A most curious analogy, mistress. You understand, I will be required to report it. Required to? Of course. Professor Miari is my primary user, mistress. Nevertheless, I will try to sugarcoat your opinion. You do that for me? Of course. I have been tasked with your well-being. Shall we proceed? Why is Miari's room so far from everything? I imagine she enjoys her view of the tree, mistress. I am sure it is most pleasing to her. Okay. Right, I can move. I can rotate the camera and look at things. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what was happening in that first 20 minutes, but we were having some weird problems. What do you think of the sculpture? It has a pleasing balance to it. Worth the time it took to make, do you think? When there are people on Elbarath who don't eat? Are your own exploits worth the time they take, mistress? Should we not be making history rather than reviewing it? If you don't know history, you can't understand people. You can starve them or oppress them, but you won't understand them.
I was 15 when my Ari rescued me from the slums of Elbereth and brought me here. I'd never seen such luxury or such kindness.
The Tree of Knowledge, or so they call it. Each branch grows more branches. Tree planted on Iox? Ah, okay. So we have... The tree is still there. The whole university centers around it. Okay. Return to Iox just now. Okay. Interesting. Okay. The Holy Empire. The Holy Eoxian Empire, based out of the Imperial Palace and ruled by a deified empire 650 years ago. Crown of Eox was forged according to legend. It was made for the first emperor herself. Tree planted on Iox. Last emperor disappears. Iox fell to invaders, and the empire was destroyed, but the emperor himself escaped. His body was never found. Crown of the Empire Eox Empire was lost. Somehow, during the fall of Eox, the crown had been the mark of the emperors for centuries, disappeared along with the last emperor. Fall of Eox. The emperor's palace was stormed, the royal family murdered, the guards' ships destroyed, and the nebula fell to disarray for centuries. Okay. And the trees planted on Eox. Okay. Loop Temple reestablished on Eox. The Loop faith of the Holy Empire is revived on Eox. Oh, the Fallers established power on Eox. Fallers destroyed the Empire, but they never extended their reach beyond Eox. Generations passed into obscurity. Okay. University of Eox is established, founded to study the events within the Loop. It soon expanded to cover robotics, mathematics, hopper physics, and other fields. Miari visits the orphanage on Elbarath. What brought her there, I've never understood. Miari takes me to Eox. It was on Eox that my tuition began in earnest. Miari takes over Eox. Miari took over the leadership of the university after her predecessor died. I joined the university. I become formally in the same group as Huang. I get my third robot, but there definitely were problems with this one. Professor Miari wants me back on Eox as of 4 hours ago. Hopefully I'm not getting thrown out of the university. Returned to Eox. Whenever Miari wants to tell me is so urgent, she sent a robot to stop me from getting lost. Miari wants to see me about something. Okay, cool. So far, so good. Yeah, it looks like everything's stabilized until you finally reach the sun, wherever that is. It seems like it was just something about how the game launched the first time. Either it got confused that I swapped from mouse and keyboard to controller, or there was some kind of launch bug or something. Everything seems fine now. Just we had some kind of weird starting bug, and now we're fine. It was definitely like jumping me through scenes really quickly. I wonder if there's a fast forward button for like replays that I was accidentally using, but I don't think so. I went outside the university grounds once, exploring. This is a very beautiful moon. You can tell it was once lush, fertile. It must have been huge forests, lakes, rivers. They're all but dry now. I suppose they cut down all the trees to make chairs. Or ships. Right. Well, maybe one of my controllers was stuck activated. Possibly. Professor Miari? Leah, there you are. I came as soon as I got your message. You don't need to flatter me, Aaliyah. Nonetheless, I'm glad you came. I know your work is important to you. You tell me what you need, Professor. Straight to business. Very good. You're our expert on history. Tell me what you make of this. Well, I don't know that it's a brooch, and I don't think it looks cheap, so... It's certainly old. Empire period. Vice is the eagle and sun. But the scholar sent this brooch to me. Okay, it is a brooch. Janiki Renba. Did you know him? Maybe. I'm not sure. Look at the detail. Oh, I see them. Ancient markings. I know they're a hobby of yours, Aaliyah. But can you read them? They're very repetitious. Eagle wing brooch. I've never seen either of these groupings before. But the two words have some common elements. They must have related meanings. Well, um, Well, we don't know. Try Holy. Holy Emperor sounds good. Holy Emperor? But I'm only guessing. You don't think it actually belonged to an emperor? Do you? That would make this the find of a decade. Now, perhaps you see why you're here. Yaniki told me he'd found something. That was over a month ago. Yaniki isn't like you. He's an Eoxian through and through. You're worried about him. He's important to me, and I don't know what he was doing out there. He told me he was going to a moon called Mercy. I can't go hunting the nebula for missing people, Aaliyah, but you can. That's what you do, isn't it? Find things. I'll look, but no promises. That's fair. Thank you. Come back soon, Aaliyah. Now visit Mercy in the Verdant Pass. And Aaliyah, you're taking that robot with you. You're taking that robot. Thank you, Professor. I long to see the nebula. Oh, and before you go, you should look in on Huang. He was eager to see you. Ego high. Leah, really, I couldn't possibly imagine. I know he's rather beneath you, but you could at least say good faith to him for the benefit of our little community. We'll go and find him. He's down there by the tree. You must have walked straight past him on your way in. Good hunting, my dear. You're taking Bot along. Would you recognize Renba if we saw him? Did you meet him? I believe he activated me, mistress, after I was uncovered. I suspect that is why Professor Miyari assigned me to you. Descriptions. Miyari gave me a brooch, a heavy Empire period brooch in the shape of an eagle and sun that might have belonged to an emperor. Okay. Unsolved inscriptions. All inscriptions. Yucks. Brooch. Renba. Okay. 9 to 1 minute ago. A sail to Mercy. So it's a... Mercy is a tiny rural moon. Harry is going right before he disappeared. But why would he be visiting a rice farm? I could go there next. Interesting. So we have... So are we talking literal moons? And we have some kind of weird space pathways that we can use? Or are we using moons metaphorically as like bases? Guess we will figure that out. Downstairs we go. And can I just say, Mistress Aaliyah, it is wonderful to be accompanying you. Yes? And why is that? I find humans
Lordy,
fascinating.
look who's turning 40-40.
And you are very different to most here. I have only recently been activated. Wizzo, thank you for the 40 months. 40. Big stretch. Ah, there we go. I'm gonna kick off my shoes because I'm actually a little warm. We're right at that point in the weather where I like bounce back and forth between oh no I'm cold and oh no I'm warm. Okay. So looking I can actually see the letters on Heaven's Vault when I'm on the pause menu, which makes me think that we were wrong. I'm calling you 6. Renin 6? 6, mistress. I shall remember that. I wonder if I got Miari's translation correct. I think I did. Shape shows this is an empire piece. Emperor correct. And the emperors believe themselves to be gods, so it makes sense that the words would be almost the same. Holy, correct. Hey, I got it. Well, thanks for confirming it for me, video game. But it still doesn't tell me. Where did this thing come from? So, the fact that heaven and emperor, or holy and emperor, do not seem to directly connect to heaven makes me think that this might be heaven as in the sky or outer space, as opposed to heaven as in like some sort of biblical sense. We will see. But we have learned some words. Leah, tell me, are you still wasting your time on your curious notions of history? History isn't mine. It belongs to everybody. Most of us are decent people, Leah, and do not want it. You should devote yourself to real science. Metallics, maybe. Loop philosophy. History is a science. It's the exploration of the past through evidence and theory. Honestly, most people think you will not be content until you've unearthed your own skull. Good faith to you, Aaliyah. May the waters light your way. Alright, bitch. Really hate her. Understandable, mistress. Aaliyah! I didn't know you were back on Iox. How are you, Huang? Well enough. I've been reading all day. What are you reading? The annals again. Did you know Mazwai claims the Holy Empire was founded by 3 wolves racing to heaven? Each one tore the throat of the other, and as the 3 fell to earth. Are you really interested? Is it relevant to anything? It's only a story. But then stories change how we think. Get a real job. Tell me a story then. Alright, most people glaze over.
He continued to talk. I watched his mouth moving. I love old stories, but Wang has a way of telling them.
A bad way. Aaliyah? Yes? You weren't listening. Never mind. I'll walk you to the dock. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Is something the matter? Huang, do you know Janiki Renba? But I know Renba, of course. Well, a little. Why? When did you last see him? He was here at the university maybe 2 weeks ago now. What did he teach? He's a roboticist. One of the best. One of the few. Did you say did? Has something happened to Janiki? I don't know, Huang. I'm sure it's nothing bad. Oh my. Before you go,
It hardly seems important now, but I found a line of ancient in the annals of Mazwai I thought you might like. If you have time, that is.
Well, always. Welcome back, Thomas.
Here, see what you think.
Passage from the annals. I know one of these words. I'll have to guess the other two. Interesting. So it does give me choices between two words. So we have some kind of basic understanding. Also, interesting. Empress and Emperor are apparently the same. Hi, Quicks. Welcome in. Annal. It means being very detail oriented. You said it was a story about dogs, so maybe. Okay, and this word is labors, robots, rebels, or circuits. So the Empress banished or buried, laborers, robots, rebels, and circuits. Um, there's a similar symbol to Empress here, which makes me think something that's somewhat connected to the concept of Empress and holiness. So I doubt it's rebels, unless it's like this is like anti-holy. Um, work. Interesting. So we're implying that this is the noun form of work. Okay. I'm going to go with robot. I like the implication that the robots are divine. We've got nothing else here. I'm going to say the Empress buried robots. That was my gut when I saw this. There's this implication already that robots are rare and unusual, and maybe it's that we don't build robots, we uncover and reactivate robots. Empress buried robots. I think that's correct. I myself have only recently been dug up. I thought there weren't any robots in the Empire. It suggests otherwise.
I'd best not keep you. I hope you find him.
Alright, bye, Huang. Thanks for walking through me. Shall we proceed to your ship now? Have you sailed before, Six? I have no idea, mistress. But I am keen to find out. So we left the hollowed walls of the university. Alright. Everyone make sure you check out Quicks on Blue Sky. Very talented artist. How you doing tonight, Quicks? Time for water. I do have water. Aboard the Nightingale. My ship is my refuge. It's the only place that's truly mine. Alright, I guess we'll see if it's a spaceship or a water ship. The journey to Meercy should be quick, mistress. Nice place, isn't it? I do not believe so, mistress. I believe it is a farmyard. Doesn't sound promising, but we'd better go. I will prepare a route, mistress. Hopefully we'll be in time to help. Whatever happened to Janiki, hopefully all will become clearer soon. Alright, this is giving me water boat. Just finished DMing tonight's D&D. How'd that go? Where next? Choose a location. Ox. I guess this is the boat. Elbarath is her home. Benaki is a market moon, far outside the reach of Eox. I've never been there. Okay. Pretty well. They met Xanathar and became friends. That's cool. I love Xanathar. I'm not big on D&D overall. I much prefer Pathfinder, but Xanathar is cool. Eoxian space, sailing to Mercy on the Verdant Pass.
Mayari wanted us to sail to Mayerzi. It was a short sail through fast waters.
Left sail, right sail, okay. Route goes shortly, miss, and so should we. This is a little weird. So it's a airboat. I see force of the river is fastest in the middle, mistress. On the surface it appears the same, but there are deeper currents below. So we got sky boats through stone? Interesting. So I assume later we will be able to sail to places that aren't obvious. It's very pretty, yeah. It somehow... This isn't anything that happens in Legend of Dragoon, but it gives me Legend of Dragoon energy. The Verdant Pass. This is your ship, mistress. What do you think? They just forgot they're supposed to be good guys. She is very beautiful, mistress. I cannot help but wondering how you came by her. May I see? You can see the greenery from here. Mercy, a farming moon. If Remba's here, I need to find him. And if he's not, I need to work out where he went.
We stepped off the ship and into the mud. Mud covered the ground and rock.
Mud is the ground, silly.
And everywhere I looked, things were growing from the mud. And some of those things had legs.
Okay. Piggy. Look at this place. Breathe the air. I cannot breathe, mistress. But rest assured, I am most happy for you all the same. Now then, let's see where Remba's got to. We're really lucky he'll have found an old pot. So where do we start? There is a series of rice terraces. If we climb up away from the water, that should take us to the village. But there is no way I am crossing that, mistress. Robots cannot swim. I love these old moons, with their ancient stories. Who is that, for instance? One of the older goddesses? She is guarding the fields. I would estimate more than 1,500 years have passed since she was carved. It's a long time. Relative to what, exactly? There used to be gods throughout the nebula. Even on Eox. Before the Empire was founded. I'm surprised Eox let this one stay. What did you make of Renba's brooch, Six? The one he sent to Miari? I was struck by the craftsmanship. It seemed very fine to me. It is an artisanal product, high status. How high status? Hard to say. Possibly very high. And so it's valuable. Most likely. Mistress Shirley does not intend to sell it? No, the question is, where did Renba get it? There's something scratched here. The emblem of Eox. This moon is in the Eox Protectorate. Well, Janiki won't be hiding in there. That tithe bond was big. The moon produces a surplus, mistress. For what good it does them. In a cutscene now.
The air smelled earthy and sweet.
Where's all the water here come from? There is a wellspring in the rock below us, mistress. The soil is permanently saturated by it. Rice. Did they grow anything else here? It would not appear so. Can you do a scan for Janiki or something? Mistress has mistaken me for a dog. Perhaps you believe if I had a scrap of clothing, then I could trace his scent. Rice 6, no need for that. Apologies, mistress. If I see him, I will let you know. How many moons are there in the Eox Protectorate? 6? At the last settlement, it was 23. Oh. I think even with rice farming, you're supposed to rotate. I suppose there's nothing old here? No ruins, no ancient kings, no crumbled towers. Of course not, mistress. This is a farmyard. Farmyards are full of old things. This is a waste of my time, that's what it is. Renba's probably back on Eox again right now. Professor Miari would have contacted me if that were the case, mistress. He is out here, somewhere. Waiting. A warehouse. Thought I saw a face at the window. Woman? He ducked out of sight. Isn't the Protectorate too many moons to manage? There are no threats at present. This no doubt eases the situation. Big geese. Caught on the ice. Over here. I see it. Go to the terraces. Sound like you don't approve of the Protectorate. I am neither for nor against it in principle, mistress, although it does not appear sustainable. A leftover from the Empire. Indeed, mistress. The Oxian Guard is increasingly minor force. Let's launch a revolution. Mistress is most droll. She dominates everything. Elbereth has a statue like that, sort of. It's just a pair of feet. Eox must approve. Although I understood she had destroyed similar statues on other moons. So what do the moons get out of being in the Protectorate? Theoretically, the support of the Aoxian Guard. But that is largely historical. Okay, if I click to interact with something, we'll just walk there sometimes. Six, how long were you buried on Eox? I have no idea, mistress. Do not remember it. And you don't know why you were buried? No, mistress. I can only assume I was not needed. Perhaps robots were not trusted. Perhaps, mistress. Though I have observed robots to be both more predictable and more kind than most humans. So were you off when you were buried on Eox? Asleep? Is that why you can't remember it? I do not know, mistress. I cannot remember. Maybe the roboticists wiped your memory after they dug you up. If I'd been buried alive for 100 years, I'd be mad. It was longer than that. 1,000 years, perhaps. But I cannot remember them. I wonder what else you used to know. Pigs. Even more rice! Just lying around. Scoop enough into my bag to feed an Elborathian family for a week. No one would even notice it was gone. Eox would notice. Good faith, lady. My apologies, Eoxian. My pigs need me. Please, if you could just... Locals don't seem surprised to see me. Or to see you. I imagine robots collect supplies from here routinely. The locals, I note, also do not seem pleased to see you. Did I do something wrong? You came here. Perhaps that is all. There's plenty of rice stored up, too. Elboreth should move itself here. I believe that is exactly what the Protectorate exists to prevent. Oh, I think this is a dead end. Oh, I could go this way. Oh. I've activated a cutscene. Okay. Rainbow was here, then someone must have seen him. This is small and full of people. If they will talk to you, mistress. Why wouldn't they? You are an outsider, mistress. So was Renba. Taken me a little bit to get used to the somewhat strange control scheme, or less that the control scheme is weird and more like how the game sometimes just pops into cutscenes and dialogues. Now, what would Janiki be doing here? Not any robots on there, see? Are there? A warehouse. Why can I hear crying? I will wait out here, mistress. You Sorry if I startled you. I wasn't crying. Don't tell them I was crying. I'm not owned. I won't. Thank you, lady. You're from Eox. My name is Leah. And you're not her. Not Miari. That's who you're waiting for. I heard your voice. You're Eoxian. You said Aaliyah. My name is Leah Miari. Do you have a message for me? You told me you might come. Pretend to be Miari. Okay. Well, I mean, she adopted us, so I thought maybe, Janiki. I told Eoxian. He left something for you. With the goddess to keep it safe. Statue. With Kibenya. I hope you find him, Miss Miari. Thank you. I have to go now. I don't want them to see me talking to you. Interesting. Janiki left something with the goddess, did he? Now, why would he do a thing like that? Thank you for the care package, Emmy. Sorry. So, I think what happened there is I told a lie, but I wasn't sure if I would have adopted Miari as a last name by being adopted by her. Whether it's a first or a last name. Oh well. Also, good night, Quicks. Alright. Most curious, mistress. You heard. I did not understand. Except that it would seem someone from Eox has visited here recently. Do you think there is more to be learned here, mistress? Perhaps we should return to the ship. The woman said Janiki left something here. With the goddess. I want to find it. Benya. I've never heard the name of any of the ancient gods before. No, they even had names. I wonder what Kibenya means. Mistress? All names mean something. Leah, Miari, Huang, even Renba. I wonder what Kibenya means. Mistress, if I may ask, you weren't rooting in the mud for lost roboticists. What would you be doing at this moment? What would I be doing? I'd be sailing the uncharted reaches of the nebula looking for shipwrecks. There were places out there where no one's been for hundreds of years. There are echoes of ancient voices. But no. Instead, I'm standing in Pigmuck. Otherwise, I'd be scouring the markets of Elbereth for interesting objects. Things have a life of their own, Six. Things survive, things travel from moon to moon, from person to person. Or maybe I'd be in the library with Wang, reading up old transcriptions. When the Empire was founded, they threw out the old way of writing. Erased the past entirely. But it's all still here. Just have to know where to look. You don't read ancient, do you? I would not know where to begin, mistress. There we go. I find it interesting that our feet fade to nothingness. Despite your cool manner, I am extremely excited to be working with you. I have never left Eox before. Our feet fade to nothing, but we have a little star to know exactly where we're walking. Look at this thing. Beautifully crafted. Right, Renba? Did you leave, and where did you leave it? Someone's carved something here. Symbols in the ancient script. I might be able to translate them. Holy something moly. Holy moly. Goddess figure. Oh, the glyphs resemble my word for emperor. Okay. So it lets me know if there was a symbol. So... Okay. The other word. So... It's holy without the previous mark. I would assume that that previous mark is what makes it into a adjective or a descriptor. And it's the part of emperor, but inverted. So I assume that demarcation has something to do with, like, this is a person who is holy. So to me, that implies that this should be goddess. Holy something goddess. So if we're right that this comma is an indicator that we're talking about a being. Okay. Well, I think we can use some context clues here. A squiggle like that makes sense to be water if this is a somewhat pictographic language. Even if it's like very, very, very early in ancient, they used it as a symbol for water, and then it became a character representing water. In time, like most language has evolved in such a way like that. And we are on the rice planet. So I'm fairly confident we can go with water here. Does holy water goddess work? Certainly plenty of water here. And Bay is guarding their most precious resource, keeping it all fertile. This must be the place she meant, surely? I imagine so. Perhaps Rimba has hidden whatever he has hidden. Here. Almost buried in the grass. Purple. Shard of crystal. It doesn't mean anything to you, Six. It is most curious. The moon does not contain any crystals of this type. New site indicated. Indication of crystal moon somewhere in the cyclones. What kind of crystal is it, Six? Eolite, mistress. Valueless. Is there anyone else here worth talking to? Shall we leave? Remember takes the crystal back to Mercy. Let's try the village first. Inferred the existence of a previously unknown location. Okay. Miari's brooch. Stone inside it is the same as Renba's crystal? Undoubtedly. I would calculate they come from the same source. And can we find that source? Hello, Neri, welcome in. Some analysis, mistress. I believe we can. Perhaps we could return to the ship now, mistress. Soon, not yet. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. Starting to get a little hungry. But want to stream for at least another hour before I break off for dinner. Might stop soon to run to the bathroom, though, and refill my water. Wait, okay. What are the chronicles of Mazwai that Huang's always reading about? I believe Mazwai was a pilgrim sailor. He writes about the various places in the nebula, and about how the Great Loop has acted in these places. Mazwai believes in the Great Loop, then. Mazwai is an original source for the hypothesis, mistress. As much as anything is a source in the loop, mistress. Master Huang says the book became common shortly after the establishment of the Holy Empire. How about you, Neri? How you doing? You doing okay today? Doing good? Glad to hear it. The moon seems most poor to me. There are no proper buildings. Wow, classist. There is mud everywhere. You've never seen fields before? This is how most people live. I did not intend to give offense, mistress. I am sorry if I did. Up this way. There must be someone here I can talk to. If I had intended to give offense, I would have called these people rats. Wow! Or something similar. Try it. These people would junk you. You're going to be my most short-lived robot yet.
This was what passed for a street on Mayersey. Buildings on stilts, jumping out of the bushes like children. It was so quiet.
Alright, I'm going to pause for just a second. We're going to run to the bathroom, refill my water, and then I'll be right back. Oh, hello, Graham. Alright, I'm back. Thank you, everyone, for being patient. Sorry, I had to adjust these pants. I got these pants a while ago, and I like them for the most part because they've got like the cool like fake tears and all that kind of stuff, and the nice black jeans. But unfortunately, they expect me to have considerably more hips and or ass than I do. Um, and so they like are kind of loose at the top despite being tight everywhere else, and constantly have to adjust them because they feel weird. All right, village time. Let's ask these nice gentlemen here if they know anything. The piggies will not talk to me. Tragic. Approach the well.
Three paths met at the heart of the village. I could imagine them all, sitting around here in the evenings, sipping rucker and singing.
Raka.
It seemed nice.
I assume that's a type of alcohol. Weird pronunciation. Stranger. Greetings.
Greetings to you. Welcome to Mayorcy. You've come to trade?
Actually, I'm looking for someone.
Who? Not a Mayorcian, surely. We are like as ants to you.
That's not true.
So you are looking for a Mayorcian?
My friend is an Eoxian.
We do not keep any of those in our pens. Good luck with your search. They say the nebula is wide.
Helpful. Please, I need to talk to you.
Is that so?
My eyes have been marked out. I know my friend Janiki was here. I met one of your villagers. She knew him.
He? What was her name, this villager?
That's not important. Even if she told me, I wouldn't tell you. Trust is...
Trust is the problem between our two moons. Still, I can imagine who it was. If we had seen your friend, if he had met with an accident among us, what would Eox do?
I just want to know where he is.
You have not seen him.
Sus? Exactly.
Now leave.
Don't understand why you're lying to me. The man sighed. The geese.
Your friend was here. He left in a ship. Something exploded in the sky. I don't know if that was your friend. Good faith to you, lady. Good faith to you.
Rainbow ship may have burned recent weeks. Okay, cool. We did get information. Come on, Six, let's try this way. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? Not just yet. I mean, yeah, we should... Six is awfully eager to get off this planet. Why do they build on stilts, do you think? Because of the water, dumbass. Really, it doesn't flood up here. The mud, perhaps, mistress. Or perhaps animals sleep underneath. And for a historian, she's a terrible sociologist. not many people tending to all these crops. Plants are not like pigs. They do not require constant husbandry. What do you know about pigs? I meet people. They are also livestock. Jesus Christ. Probably for when they have river floods during the rain. Exactly. More water. Just sitting here. Ugh. Stepped in something. Mud, mistress. Will your tracks cope with the muck? Thank you. Yes. They clean themselves too. Icky. This probably cutscenes me out of here. There are little brushes under my fuselage, you understand. Fascinating, mistress. Nope. Can't knock on that door. Not getting any symbols popping up. So I assume that there's nothing else for me up here. It seems Janiki knew he was in trouble. Perhaps he angered someone? But that's just a theory? A game theory. Right. Back to the fields. Back to the fields. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. This must be like if you're playing with mouse and keyboard. It is odd that the game gives you the option to click a button to walk like 10 feet. I have to assume it's a more useful feature the other way. Six, what do you know about the Loop Temple? I know little of the Loop Mistress. The Loop priests claim that life is a great cycle. I believe that all that happens has happened before. Or they believe that all that has happened before. Is it true? The probability of that is incalculable, mistress. There is no meaningful data. The Loop Temple is extremely well placed, mistress. They have a lot of money and significant power. They are the heart of the Protectorate. Mistress, you may not realize, but the Loop Temple are my owners. And sometimes it cutscenes like this, like I just walk into it. Back to the ship, 6. We've done all we can here for now. This way, mistress. And so we left the warm, wet fields of Mayersea. Alright. Onwards. Aboard the Nightingale, Rembo left a crystal for Miari to find, but what was he trying to tell her? We could otherwise sail to Eox and tell Miari what we've learned so far about Remba. I am quite certain in my analysis, mistress. The crystal we found, mistress, and the element inside the brooch, they originate from a moon somewhere on the edge of cyclones. Cyclones is a dangerous wild. There's nothing there but clouds and storms. I am aware of that, mistress. I wonder, What exactly did Rimba discover? Is it foolish to follow him? Don't whatever happened to Rimba happening to us. I will do my best to keep you safe, mistress. But then again, I imagine Rimba's robot said the same thing. You know, it would be a nice little thing. I don't know how old this game is, so I don't know if they'll ever patch it, but like somewhere in EOX, I've never been there. If the like shading behind the text was slightly different colored per character, the lines usually work, but there's a few scenes where I feel like if they would put a little bit of coloring behind it, would make it a little more clear. Okay, so there's the chunk of crystal Rimba left on Mircy came from a distant backwater nebula. Did Rimba really travel this way? I know enough to find the site now. I don't think we want to go there yet. I think we want to go to Eox first. I don't know how I should take it. Perhaps it will stop and blow if I was certain. We'd go there next. I mean, we can say that it's possible he's still alive. I think I would rather go there and tell her. I don't know how long sailing is taking me, I suppose. Might be in my log. Sailing to Yox in Yoxian space via the Silk Pass. Are there other ships on the rivers, mistress? Oh, it doesn't matter which way I go. This way. I've not seen any. Like, for this, the lines aren't really helpful. You should go left momentarily, mistress. Thank you. The Silk Pass. There are other ships out here. But you rarely see them. Everyone goes at the same speed. But no one ever passes you by. Oh, we found a ruin. Ruin! I guess it dates from ancient times, mistress.
The robot hoppered
I will
away,
investigate, mistress.
and I was alone. Then it came back.
Blair's back in from a walk. How is your walk, Moselle? How goes? It's going well. I recovered a heavy book. Must have come by somewhere close. The cover appears to be marked, mistress. Alright. Is that a single word? Most likely not. Ancient scribes didn't always trouble to put in their spaces. I don't think they expected the writing to be read. Heavy book. Holy Gods Mechanicals Waters? Interesting. We have some words we're not sure about. Interesting. That implies that the symbols on the edge are the noun. Okay, well, we'll just leave it for now. No idea. Could see what Huang thinks when we get. I could see what Huang thinks when I get back to Eox. Very nice. Sundown is lovely. Yeah. Have a word you know and some guesses about where to cut it up. Really didn't like Eox on Mir. They really didn't like Eox on Mircy. Just thought Eox treated other moons pretty well. Shipwreck. Wreck from the earliest days of. It's a wreck from the earliest days of the nebula, mistress. Just wait, mistress. I found a sextant. It's floating out there. And there's an etched message on the casing. Well, we're finally getting some more words. This is the end of the line of text. Yeah. Makes sense that Waters is in there. Oh, okay. I see what you meant now, Moselle. It leaves one wood, yes. Okay. So it has... Interesting. It says holy is related. Also connected to our phrase for buried. Run, flow, rise, lift, offer, give. We're definitely looking at tense markers to some degree. This I believe, is in the Heaven's Vault name. So it's a sextant. Waters rise. I don't think waters offer. Waters rise. Waters run or flow. Waters jewel. I'm just gonna put in run for now. I could still change my mind, but waters run. And I could probably look at that heavy book at some point. Most likely this came from the same site as the book. Levi should help us locate that site. Please steer right ahead, mistress. You got it. Mistress, when I see an artifact... I can position its origin point using minor radiation markers. But I am at a loss to understand how you do it. Set us down, 6. University of Eox. We should tell Professor what we think happened to Renba. Okay, no, this... Okay. We spoke to Wang 12 hours ago. Interesting. I wonder if it's going to keep track of us sleeping at some point. Alright, inscriptions. Found a heavy book. Translate. Alright. So yeah, we have the entirety of Holy here. Connected potentially to Buried and Run. Interesting. Makes me think it's a verb. Toward, emperor, and water. All right, well, it's got the outer markings of water. We're definitely, like, once I have a few words, I can start trying to figure out, like, what's the word and what's the signifier of its role in the sentence. Towards holy friend, towards holy light, towards holy heart, towards holy word. 3 lines coming from above kind of gives the implication of light. So let's try that. Towards the holy light. For now. Waters run. Holy Water Goddess. Okay. Solvable inscriptions. Interesting. Unsolved. Okay. So these cannot... This is the only one that is for certain solvable. The rest of these, I need more words to figure out. Okay. Okay, this place 6. It looks modern, but it's ancient. Here and there, bits of architecture go back thousands of years. Oops. Yeah. What is your ethical core anyway? What good is it? It is what stops me from pushing humans off cliffs, mistress. Is that something you want to do? It was simply an example, mistress. Were it to be convenient for me to do so, my core would prevent me. So 12 hours. So about 5 hours to and from the other planet. Or moon, rather. Aaliyah, you're back. But I don't know if I want to ask what you found. I'll tell you. If you're ready to hear it. We found a crystal. Remember found it first and left it on Mercy. For you, the same crystal as was in the brooch. And? Where is he now? He's almost certainly dead. Almost certainly. That's the best you could do? No, Professor. We returned before we had properly resolved the issue. We have a lead. The local people saw a fireball in the sky. Renba's ship. Aaliyah, I want to know for sure. I want to know what he was doing out there. He told me he learned something about the fall. What had he learned? I had hoped you might find out. Time is running short. Our protectorate is the empire of old, and the fall will come again. The loop tells us that the past is prophecy. And if we are not ready for it, we will not survive it. What are you hoping to find? Everything on Eox was destroyed. That's what we thought. That's what Rembo was doing for me out there, trying to learn how the fall will occur. But Rembo found something inside one of his robots. Found what? I don't know. The robot told him something. Set him to digging up something on a moon near Elbereth. He hired laborers from the Elbereth markets to do the work, and then I heard nothing until he sent me that brooch. But the robots knew about the fall, Aaliyah. The robots know everything. But you don't know what Rimba found, or where? No. The laborers themselves might know, if you can find them. What do you want me to do? The fall is coming, Aaliyah, faster than we think. Find what Remba found. We have to know what will happen. Okay, so now I have an option that isn't flying into a maelstrom. One last thing, Aaliyah. If you notice anything strange about your new robot, you tell me. think I understand you. Robots are valuable things, Aaliyah. I want to know immediately if anything happens to this one. I hope that's clear. Clear. I'm glad to hear it. Boop bop boopity beepity boop. Do you believe her, mistress? Do you believe in the loop? What do you think? I have no data, mistress. How reliable is your core? It is the core of my being, mistress. If it goes, I go. I assume that is finishing up the earlier conversation. Now, surely we must try to follow Janiki's trail further. Time to depart, mistress. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. This way, mistress. And so we left the university. Okay. So it's keeping track of what's happening now. I'm hoping that's for note-taking and not that I'm on a timer for certain events. It's beautiful enough. That doesn't explain what Rimba was doing with it. I see. Alright, maybe I'll start collecting artifacts here at some point. I can't actually use. Okay, let's take the river. Let's take to the river. I will ready the ropes, mistress. Excuse me. Albereth is my home. It's where I'm more up when I don't sleep well, but not today. What do you mean not today? Didn't we just say that there were some laborers near Elbereth that might know things? Okay, I guess we're going to the Eelite moon then. Alright. Let's go. Yoxian space. Sailing to the Eelite moon in the Verdant Pass. Go right, mistress. Okay. What are the rivers 6? Flows of oxygen, hydrogen, ice. Their velocity keeps them coherent. So why do the rivers wind? side of the river. Okay. Ah, fuck. Well, that's not what I meant to do. I didn't name it after anyone. That's what you're thinking. This way? Okay. Am I making a U-turn? Interesting. Not imagine having a name. I cannot imagine it would matter, and yet I believe I feel the lack. What name would you like? I do not know. Consider the matter. Missed turning. Reset. Okay. It's supposed to turn here. Missed turning. Reset. What? There, 6. You do it. You want to try 6? I can try, mistress. You are certain? Vicinity of Iolite Moon. Okay. We just warp then. Mistress, I can indeed sail. We are here, mistress. I believe the Iolite Moon should be somewhere nearby. There's a rock up ahead. What have we found? Above the crystal moon. Why would anyone come to a lonely spot like this? We have arrived, mistress. The moon below us is rich in purple iolite crystals, but there is no surface flow. We cannot land the ship. Rembo must have got down somehow. Indeed. Most likely he used a hopper. We might do the same. Hopper? The Nightingale is fitted with a hopper, of course, for instantaneous travel. How does it work? There is a source. The source fires at a subject and casts it into the hopper's eye. The eye refracts the signal. It is focused and reconstituted. I assume that means teleportation. Is it safe? Not really, mistress, no. This moon does not have any air. I will have to go down alone. No air? So what was Renba doing here? I hope I will discover that. Please wait here. What else can I do? Warp.
A moment later, the robot was gone, and I was alone in the dark.
That's a different video game. Seems quiet up here now. Always just when you get used to robots. They disappear on you. What were you up to, Remba? You didn't find robots on Mare Sea. What did you find? Mistress. I found something, mistress. Tool chest. An engineer's chest. would not have damaged it. It appears intact to me, mistress. This is Janikie's. Probability is high. I believe the moon below us was once a quarry. But this box is no artifact. Hope there isn't a snake in here. Roll of cloth. Thick fabric. Janiki, what is this? Some kind of robe. It's hundreds of years old. There's something stitched along the belt. Tiny characters picked out in a darker thread. Right? Purple robe. This is a long one. Let me think. Alright. Apparently it's connected to our nouns water and light. But I don't know how. There's no shared symbols. Which does make me think that this is a pronoun. Gather, all, illuminate it. I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so this contains goddess. We've got a little bit of a phrase that we've connected to buried. When we had multiple symbols before, it was a person. Buried would be... Could be we, but that would be a really long phrase for we. I would assume pilgrims or soldiers. I think pilgrims are more likely to be connected to the buried word, which buried we also kind of... There was another word with that one. We don't know anything about the connection here other than the apostrophe. Also, it makes sense that a pilgrim would be wearing a robe. And that pilgrims would be connected to holiness. Fellow, tight, together, weaker. Sure, maybe it that pilgrims follow. Gather pilgrims follow, all pilgrims follow. Maybe all pilgrims follow, or all pilgrims together. Yeah, let's do all. All pilgrims. Follow. Yeah, I'm going with that. All pilgrims follow. All pilgrims follow. Were you a pilgrim, Rimba? Some ancient faith, perhaps, kept secret from the powers back on Eox? Did you leave the shard by the goddess not as a clue, but as an offering? Secret from Yari herself? There's more in here. This is a sliver from a devotional icon of a circle carved from crystal. Looks like there's an inscription on it. This one I know of a fractured fragment of text. We've got water. Take a stab at the new word. Alright, so we have our people-y symbol. We have our double comma that seems to indicate verbiage. We have the wiggle that's in the middle of run, but with the comma near it. Like a dot and a musical symbol. So verbiage and either personal or holy. Waters provide. Waters separate. Waters rise. Waters under. I mean, waters provide is the thing that I would see inscribed on a devotional icon. And maybe the concept of gods and heavens could be connected to the concept of giving. The gods, created. Let's go with provide, because we'll eventually get enough of this language so that we can try and figure out what some of these demarcation symbols mean. But right now we're mostly, I think, trying to figure out from like context clues and the primary symbols. Also, a person or a being towards another being could be the concept of giving. I think that's pretty solid. Waters provide. It comes from the same place as the robe, I think. Having this should be helpful in pinning down where these things originated. But that's not all! There's also a heavily scratched iron box. How did Remba get his hands on all this? The base has been inscribed, mistress. Getting lots of words. Alright. And this is the end of a line of text. We have the entirety of divine in there. Okay. So it is connected to water. We have that initial mark from light and water that I believe is noun at the moment. But then we also have the double line that seems to be verb. Confusing. That either means I'm wrong or this is verbifying a noun. We have a lightning bolt, and we have that musical symbol that we put at the end of provide. Beloved, heart, truth symbol. And this is a iron box. Something that's been written on the bottom of an iron box. So I don't think you would write divine symbol. You would simply draw a divine symbol. And the box itself isn't a divine symbol, so we're not labeling it. I don't think symbol's the word here. Divine beloved. Sounds awkward in English, but it could be right. Divine heart. That could have big rammies. If we've got like the heart of a god or something. But I'm thinking I'm leaning towards truth at the moment. Does divine truth make sense? Wang's opinion when we get back to the university. There's something inside. An ornamental shard of a wood from bowsprit. Thickness of it. It's immaculate. The ship must have been enormous. It has inscribed characters too. Okay, we're like, all right, gameplay time. This one's a broken piece from an even longer phrase. All right, we have light in here, assuming light is correct. So my translation for light is right now. Hey, awesome. I guess you just have to place it enough times that you feel confident. Let's see now. Into something light. We're using light again, which... Oh, now we're getting tricky. Stars and the stars is. I do believe that it is one of these. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got the noun marker, we've got light, and then we've got the eye at the end. And we've got apostrophe dot at the start and an I at the end. So I'm going to assume the I. Okay, here's my thinking. We've also seen the I in the word heaven from Heaven's Vault because it's on the main menu screen. And I think I was right. It's not heaven as in the holy place, it's heaven as in the sky, which means I believe that I is marking something that is celestial. So that eye is our letting us know that it's the star's light. It's a thing in the sky that makes light. So it's just these symbols at the beginning for is this possessive or not? And it works either way, into the multiple stars light or into the light that belongs to the star. It is apostrophe S star, not S apostrophe star, which I think would be inaccurate unless there's like a specific star that we're following. Could be a North Star of sorts. I'm leaning towards regular multiple stars. You remember so little it's fun solving these over here, solving these again over here. Awesome. I think it's into the stars light, the multiple stars and not the possessive stars, and I'm pretty confident about into there. Into stars light. I'd say that comes from the same source as the heavily scratched box. Having another artifact should help us pin down its location. So are these leads, or are these things that what Renbo was after? Please wait, mistress. I will consider the matter. Can you work out where the robe originated? I fear so. It is not a good location, mistress. But Professor Miyari was keen that we find Master Renba. And I am sure Master Renba is equally keen to be found. Tell me where he went, Six. I'm not exactly certain, mistress. But I believe Renba traveled far from home, into the eye of the cyclones. Yeah. I thought so. I guess we've hit like a chapter marker since the timeline popped up. Niki Renba found something, impossibly deep in the swirling waters of the cyclones. Is there still more to find? The Eye of the Cyclones is there. Light of Renba's crash. And the option to go back to Eox again. Could show some of my recent book finds to Wang. He loves old texts. I could go there next. Okay. I'm going to sail to Eox. And I'm going to see if we can just let Six take us. And then I'm going to go to the bathroom again. Sailing to Eox in Eoxian space via the wires and the Verdant Pass. I don't know if it just skips forward every time that he takes control. Hello, Specs. Bathroom is so based. It is an important part. Oh, well, it's not letting me give over control. I'll be right back. Fine, Zippy. The secret. I'm not. You saw me. You could see me right now. I'm not small. Mean Emmy. So teeny tiny. I'm not teeny tiny. I just had to go to the bathroom. And when I leave my desk, the camera gets very confused. He must have really wanted to hide what he hid in that box of his. I wonder why. Welcome back, Thomas. No one returns from the bathroom that quickly without being absolutely tiny. What? Hold on, 6. I cannot hold on, mistress. We're in one piece? One piece? The One Piece is real? We appear to be. I keep trying to steer with the left stick. One Piece is real. I have been analyzing the purple robe we found in Remba's tool chest, mistress. Fabric appears to be of significant age. It's the kind of robe that would need a brooch to hold it. Indeed it is, mistress. I would go so far as to say I can detect the pinholes, mistress. Our route goes right up ahead, mistress. Oh, okay. I thought we were zooming out because I had arrived at something. The wires. Okay, either way works. We'll go this way because that's the direction I've been pulled. Does the robe's origin suggest there's a cult living inside the cyclones? Doing what? Ancient fabric, the tastiest. Worshipping the storm? Can confirm with absolutely uncertainty that Mivlia is a size. It is possible. Humans have very strange hobbies. It's true, we do. I think I saw a wreck just then. But we're not stopping for it now. I guess. You say so. Sizes larger than a beetle bug and smaller than a beetle car. It's just there's another airless wreck some distance away on the right. Yeah, and bigger than Moselle, at the very least. Tiny Moselle, small. The Eolite crystals from the site of Renba's cache must have been mined during the Empire period. To make things like that brooch Renba found. See. Might be some evidence of that work left. We have some artifacts from connected sites. Yaxian space. Okay, I can pass control to 6 now. You can sail for a while, 6. I guess I have to get enough of the dialogue out of the way, and then I believe I enjoy sailing. A beetle is larger than a firefly. It's true. Well, a firefly is a beetle. But there are many different types of beetle. There is Hercules and Goliath and other big muscular men. Heracross, Pinsir, Ladybug. Moselle is a ladybug. Actually, I don't know why I went upstairs. This is not the direction I need to go. What is a wellspring, anyways? A source, mistress. Nothing more. What is a wellspring? How does it work? It is a source, mistress. It has no mechanism, as I understand it. Time to go, mistress? Downstairs. Not finished yet. A Goliath is a kind of gargoyle? You're so right. Graham is a widow baby. He's resting his little head on your arm so you're trapped on the sofa. It's true. You are trapped, and he is widow. Wellspring is a source of what? Commonly water. Also air.
The library is a quiet spot to think, except when Huang's in there, which of course he always is.
Leah, always a pleasure. Have you found any artifacts you want me to look at?
Quite a few. Have you ever seen anything like this devotional icon sliver?
Let me see that. There's a fragment of an inscription.
There's a fragment of an inscription. I read it as waters provide. I think
you're correct about provide.
Yay. Thanks, Wang.
No. Seen something a bit like that, if I remember right, and it also had script. Where is it?
Inscription? It's a different video game. There's been many a different video game.
Really gotta tidy up sometime. And this was written on a wooden sculpture. It's found drifting in the Renaki Reach. I don't know if it's related, of course.
Ooh, what a word. This one's a phrase run together. Yeah, we've got quite a bit here. Holy waters all. And then we've got a different thing here. I can add my translation for all to the dictionary now. Yay! Probably heal. But let's go ahead and look at our comparisons. We've got our verb marker at the beginning and our potentially tense marker at the back. Still trying to figure out what this line at the back is for. Could be ascend all or reclaim all. It is a similar symbol to what's in the word give. I didn't think that was the marker for give, though. Yeah, it could be the opposite of give. We'll try it. Heal feels more like a thing you would find on a sculpture, but maybe this is more of a doom sort of thing. Holy waters reclaim all? That'll do for now. Have any more like that?
Let me see. How about this? It's a picture of a golden figurine. It was found buried here on Eox back in my predecessor's day.
Alright. Well, there's waters and reclaim again.
This is one end of a fractured segment of text.
Yeah, waters. Hold. And then
I believe you can be confident of your translation for hold.
I believe you can be confident of your translation for hold now, mistress. Interesting. I think it's one of these. Because we're indicating a person. We have the same dot from Emperor. and holy. I think that's just a connector of some sorts. Unfortunately, I think we just don't have anything extra to clarify this. Waters hold me, water hold you. It's a golden figurine. If this was us, I would think it was us, but I don't think it's we. I don't think that makes sense if we're trying to translate it. So I'm going to go with you, because I think that's more like what you would see inscribed on a statue. If it was like a necklace or something, it might be waters hold me, but I think this is waters hold you. Waters hold you. Do you have any more like that?
Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. You want me to archive the devotional icons of silver?
I'm not finished with it yet.
Oh, well, of course.
Made a few finds recently.
Oh, yes?
Found this heavily scratched box.
May I take a look?
There's a fragment of an inscription. I read it as the divine truth.
I'm convinced by your use of truth in this. And do you see the two-stroke glyph that looks like running legs? It might be a symbol representing action or activity. That doesn't belong in truth.
I would not have called that running legs, but I would consider it a verb. Yeah. Well, none of these are. I guess beloved is an action. Does divine beloved make more sense? Next swing.
Interesting. Seen something else like that, I think, that was also inscribed. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. It was a ceramic box. It was found in a Renaki market several years ago.
Oh, it's a long one. Heart could be an action because a heart performs actions, I suppose. Alright, we got a long one here. You give that's going to be me, I think. Friend. I can add my translation for you to my dictionary now. My translation for friend doesn't feel right now. Not friend. Hopefully I can make some better guesses for the rest of this. Alright. Well, this is probably... Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. I give you... Probably my... Heart... Word and truth. Alright, well, we figured out it's not truth. Or that we didn't feel confident in truth. It's got the same symbol from hold. It's got the verb. So, like Emmy said, could still work with heart. But I think word is more verby. Looks like a nounified verb. So I think that this is going to be word. I give you my word. you have any more like that?
Let me see. How about this? This is the script from a heavy earthenware chest. It's found in an Elbarithian temple months ago.
Ooh, what a phrase.
This is broken off.
We got gods. Got hold. We've got you. Do we have another symbol? Oh, yeah. Symbol? Wait, I never translated this as symbol, did I? I guess maybe word and symbol are connected. Something's gone wrong. I must have been using the wrong words. That's not you. I thought we had locked in you. Oh, okay. You doesn't fit into here. Okay, I see. I understand. So I added you, but it's part of the word God. I got it. I believe you're right with God's mistress. But that isn't the word for symbol. So it must be a heart then. So what does this say? This one's weird. This isn't really like anything we've seen other than its action. That's a looks like a backwards question mark. So if the developers, this is a little too meta. If the developers were working backwards from, um, if they weren't sure how to depict inquisitiveness or questioning, they might have just done a backwards question mark. So I do think this is a question. Which and what have the same root? Okay. There's the dot from give. But I still don't know what that dot represents. I think it's just a connector of some sorts. Let's go with which gods? Which gods hold something heart? It's very. This should be your heart. This truth was wrong too. Which gods hold your heart? Do you have any more like that?
Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. I'll take a heavily scratched box to the archives then.
Okay, take it. Take it.
Good faith to you. I'll be back shortly.
Give the heavily scratched box to Wang. I'm moving on my own. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Soon, not yet. I'd like to talk to him about the last item. Where do things in the well come from? They come from the well, mistress. I do not understand the question. Alright, whoops. Let's go... Descriptions. Zooming it in. That's solved. The waters can provide. Okay. Waters hold you. The waters hold you. Okay, this is solvable, but I think this is solved. Holy waters reclaim all. Holy waters reclaim all. Okay. Unsolved. Holy Emperor. That is solved. I'm a little confused. All solved, solvable, and unsolved. Okay. I think maybe we had a little bit of a menu thing going on. Holy Water Goddess. Okay. I think that just locked that in. Which gods hold your heart? I think that's locked in. Alright, I shouldn't have given him the thing to archive. I wanted to ask him more questions. Oh, did I steal something? Books on all topics. It'd hurt Huang's feelings if I said so. These books are all recent. Most from the last 50 years or so. Okay, just something to... I guess if I give Huang anything... Here we go. He's back. Hey, Huang. You wanna come in? We can chat. You can give me more words. No. We're gonna hang out here. For some reason. I'll guess about Renba finding robots on Mayor C must be wrong. The box was old artifacts. Nothing to do with robots at all. Indeed, mistress. Are the robots not artifacts of a sort? Yeah, I guess he's just gonna hang there. Hell yeah. In good faith to you. I've gone into a cutscene again. I really don't get why we cutscene walk occasionally. Renbo was hiring laborers from Elbarath, and the lady who runs the market there should remember him. There'd be many Ioxians hiring workers from her. What market, mistress? It's up in the cat keys. You're going to hate it. An area transition? Yeah. Some of them are very short, though. Probably just something about how they programmed it. Your robots are so ancient. Don't you have the whole history of the nebula in your head somewhere? Perhaps some do. I do not. So what do you remember? I remember my activation. Nothing before that. Perhaps I had never been activated before. But perhaps you had? Quite so. Alright, we're going to return to the ship. Let's get off this rock. This way, mistress. Roar the nightingale. Alright. That's where we're going to wrap it up for today. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. So, I wondered why I got the achievement for meeting 6 when I closed the game. I just got like 8 more achievements. So I guess the game only checks and triggers achievements when you close it. Okay, well, that's fine. Go ahead and move over here. I hope you guys enjoyed. It seemed pretty quiet in chat today, but I hope you all were just chilling and having a good time. Whoops, that's not right. There's an S on the end of socials. There we go. If you like, you can follow me on Blue Sky or join the Discord. It's a nice chill community. It's a pretty chill game. It is a chill game. Sorry for us having to like waste half an hour at the beginning of stream with the game just not working properly. I don't know exactly what was up with that. Probably something on my end, given that nothing popped up when I went a searching. So we'll just be careful in the future. Hopefully it doesn't glitch out again, because I really don't want to be robot racist. Technical issues happen, yeah. And then if you guys wouldn't mind sticking around a little bit longer, you get yourself a raid message. And we'll find somebody to go and raid. Yarny's doing Onion Ring. Helia's doing Silent Hill. Scorpia's doing more Marvel Rivals. Yarny's doing Silent Hill. It's raid Neri. She was in here earlier. And I'm going to make dinner. Alright. I will see you guys. Oh shit, you get a Naginata in this game? Oh yeah. I'll see you guys later. We'll continue with this next time. Very interested and intrigued. It's kind of different from what I was expecting, but I think it's still going to be a very good time. Yeah, hopefully no more weird bugs. Except our lovely Moselle. She's the only weird bug that's allowed. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.